Hi, I'm Brandon Gillespie, Body Shop Manager at Place Bodywerks in Dallas, Texas. I'm the Collision Center Manager here, and we operate a 110,000 square foot facility. We are certified in all Highline brands, including Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, Jag Land Rover, Volvo, Bentley, Maserati, McLaren, and Rolls-Royce. So we currently have 694 open ROs. We have 32 body technicians, 6 painters, 6 preppers, and 2 buffers, and 4 full-time mechanics. Historically here at our facility, paint line changes have been a horrific experience. It wasn't until English Color approached us with their mobile training center solution and sales team that this even became plausible. Once their team came in, it was uninterrupted production and seamless transaction throughout the week that they were here. Their team members were professional, had solutions, and were willing to do anything to make sure that the paint product was correct and that everybody was comfortable with the product before they left. Not to mention, before they left, all my painters were certified in the paint line through the manufacturer.
My name is Adrian Ortiz. I work at Place Bodywerks. I've been a painter here for 16 years. In this industry, I've used Glazeret 90 line, Glazeret 100 line, Exxon Bell Sickens, Autowave, PPG Delfleet, R&M Diamond. The sales team provided me with the best training experience I've had in my 16+ year career. It was great hands-on. As painters, we like the one-on-one training, one-on-one contact with them, and they just have a good system. You know, they have everyone is doing their job in this big machine, and things just roll as they would if no one was here, you know, as if we were trained in it already. And overall, it was a great experience. The sales team, between all of them, is an absurd amount of knowledge, you know, and they're very knowledgeable and they're very quick to help out if and when they need to. Compared to other training that I've had, and I've been through a lot of training, this was more organic, a little more fluid, you know, very hands-on. As techs, we appreciate the one-on-one attention in the booth, literally, with the technicians, with the trainers showing you. And the sales team did a great job about that. Single-handedly, the best training I've had in my career.
My name is Israel Vasquez, and I am the production manager here at Place Bodywerks. One of the things that made me come and work for Place is that they are the best in the industry. The people, the management, even the vendors that we have are the top of the line. Recently, we had the sales team come to our body shop, and I've been involved with changing the paint or upgrading it or you name it, and it always has been a nightmare. I mean, you're talking about months before we're able to actually see some results. What the sales team did was simply unheard of. I have never seen anything like it. I was a little bit nervous simply because, you know, the size of our shop, we have 6 paint booths. We currently have 5 painters. So, you know, having a shop this size, I knew that it was gonna be a bit challenging, but after speaking with Larry, I knew that it was gonna be just fine. I was very, very impressed with every single one of the sales team. They were not only knowledgeable, but they were also very personal. It was more of a good business relationship between us, Place, and the sales team. One of the things that I gotta admire is that Larry was very specific about production, and because obviously you have a whole team here training for an entire week, the first thing that comes to your mind is we still have to produce. Larry assured me that by Wednesday, by the 3rd day, that we would start seeing a lot of movement in the shop. And I was so surprised to see that we actually painted more cars that week. Painters and preppers ran more hours, and that's having 5 days of training with the sales team. I was extremely impressed by how they came in, how they set everything up, how they welcome our team, and I just can't say enough about how great the experience was.
Hi, my name is Eric McKenzie, and I'm the Regional Collision Director for Texas for Place Dealerships in McDavid, part of the Asbury Automotive Group. We are 110,000 square feet here in Dallas and run around $4 million a month in sales. We are by far the largest collision center in the U.S. and we recently had the opportunity to work with English Color and the sales team, and it was a phenomenal arrangement and they did a great job. I had the unfortunate mispleasure of going through a paint change once in my early career. and it was not good because we had very little support. We had the complete opposite with the SEALs team. They were professional. They had more people than you could imagine that were all at the top of their game. They were very incredible. They worked hard. They moved all over the place all day, working hard with our painters. It was the most professional arrangement I've ever been part of. So when Larry first gave me the idea for the SEALs team to come into Park Place, I was maybe a little skeptical because, you know, Larry's a big talker, but I want to say that everything he said came true. When the SEALs team came in, they spent at least half the day Monday training with our painters, and then in the next 3.5 days painted 87 cars. So they knocked out everything in our production line, and by Friday completely caught up, exceeded everything we possibly thought could happen. And then for the good portion of Friday, the painters finished their classroom training so that they were fully certified on 100 lines. It was very impressive to watch, and it was like a machine. It was quite the operation, and they did a phenomenal job.
I'm Daryl Welch. I've been a painter for 30 years. I'm currently employed at Park Place Bodywerks in Dallas, one of the painters here. With the SEALs team, when they come in with a mobile training center that is fully loaded, fully staffed, and they can mix colors, tint colors, mix anything they need to mix for the job so that you don't lose any money during the process of learning a new product.
Another thing that was very spectacular was them bringing that mobile center with all the products that we would need. Because in the middle of them changing out our mixer room, we never stopped. We had a full mobile mixer room right outside of our door, so we didn't have to stop for anything. We're still running production, we're still having to paint cars, we still have clients that we need to take care of. By having the mobile training center, it just made our life and the training experience much better.
So typically when you do training on a new product, you're paid training hours. And what was cool about this was they're learning a new product on the fly, but also my hours personally were not only not affected in a negative manner, but they're actually bolstered. I did, including training and meetings and learning the product. I ran more hours.
Larry said they were going to paint everything in our paint shop, and I expected there to probably be a few hiccups and maybe some delays, but there were none. They painted every single car in the paint shop, and so it actually was a very productive week.
In fact, one of my top painters, after just 2 days of using the product, came to me and told me this is by far one of the best experiences I've had, and he's been painting for 15 years.
Mobile Training Center, I've always been impressed with at our auto body trade show. And now I got to see it live in action, and it was nicely set up, first class all the way. And it was obviously the base of their operation and critical to their success, and it definitely performed as advertised.
SEALs team.
With the
able to.
That sounds too corporate.
Well, I mean, they were helping because they were mixing
Yeah.
If you were able to do more hours.
Yeah, very true.
The SEALs team's completely professional. You can tell each of them is at the top of their game and that they care and that they're motivated, and they are first-class professionals.
I believe that the SEALs team are a game changer in this industry, and I can't wait to see what they do next.